It's time for our daily dose of cope, and we have mini Masha Catnip at the news anchor's desk for the Leopards News Network. So many faces being eaten, so many of these MAGA voters are getting exactly what they voted for, and we need to report on these stories. Now let's jump into it. So this is where we're starting. We are going to hone in on this person, JG. She is the person that posted this picture that says Daddy's home. But first, before we get to JG, Chloe says, I know this isn't like a popular leftist analysis, but at what point do we acknowledge that her simply being a woman might be the reason she loses? Because let's be real, it's not even that she's a woman, she's a colored gal. So let's not gloss over the fact that racism and sexism were a part of this election. Let's be real. But regardless, JG says Daddy's home. That's how these people really regard this man. It's quite weird, but that's how it is. So JG first posted in November. Exactly 3 months later, March 5th, she's talking to Daddy. She says, today my company laid off thousands of hourly workers and cut the salaried workers' pay by 20% because of your tariffs. I'm ashamed I voted for you. So that was March 5th. We're now in April. April 23rd, she made these two posts. Now it's, Dear Daddy, as a middle-class citizen with a graduate degree who doesn't make nearly as much as I thought I would when I initially went to graduate school, I regret voting for Trump because since he took office, I lost $5,000 in the stock market, got my pay cut by 20% because I work for an automotive supplier, and thus tariffs directly impact me. This is impacting me. It's impacting my money. And 3, am being required to pay $2,000 a month for my student loans when I was previously on an income-driven payment plan. Okay, this is a graduate student. This woman went to college and she still voted for a man that said he was going to put tariffs on. What kind of logic went into that thought process? Someone will have to please explain. Oh, okay, it is racism. These people will have to eat at one point, they'll have to admit it. Probably not today. I hope I have time to dive deeper into this, but these tariffs in the trucking industry and what the freighters and the shippers are seeing is about to really hit us hard, and not enough people are talking about it, so I'm putting it here. This says, this group of Trump MAGA voters soon will get whacked financially by a ticking time bomb. They are sounding the alarm that shelves are about to be empty because of these tariffs and these big old shipping things not coming on ships right now. That tick, tick, ticking you hear is an economic explosion about to go off in LA and the West Coast, and then cause a financial tsunami that will sweep across the U.S., to Houston and Chicago, then New York. Thanks to Trump's trade war and Trump's tariffs, shipping volumes have dried up at Los Angeles, home to the nation's busiest port, and one that is first to feel any drop off from Asian shipping. Like I said, I'm not going to do this whole article, but I wanted to get to this part. The report said that a firm that tracks shipping notes that daily volumes this past week are equivalent to Thanksgiving and Christmas Day, the two slowest shipping days of the year. It also warned truckers to avoid hauling shipments to Los Angeles since they will likely have to deadhead back home, the industry term for driving an empty load. And then I want to get to this part in yellow. Given the demographics of truckers, along with polling data, it's more likely that they voted for Trump in the presidential election, an example of another group of voters who torpedoed their own self-interest. Truckers organized pro-Trump and anti-vaccination convoys around Washington, D.C. in 2022 and a failed boycott of New York City in 2024 after Trump was convicted of 34 felonies there. These people went hard for Trump, and these people are going to be impacted by Trump because these tariffs are about to smack everybody. And this is a slow-moving a slow-moving tsunami that's about to impact us all. I'll have to also flesh this one out in its own post, but Walmart and Target CEOs are privately telling Trump that these Trump tariffs are going to lead to empty shelves soon because companies order ahead of time. So back to school season, they're already looking at ordering things for back to school season and the summer season and the holiday seasons. So if they don't get these tariffs removed, they're not going to be able to order things. And then we're going to really see how much of a global economy we have when we have empty empty shelves come back to school and the holidays. The chief executives of Walmart and Target privately warned Trump this week that his sweeping tariff policy could disrupt supply chains and lead to empty shelves in the coming weeks, sources familiar with the White House told CBS News. The CEO of Home Depot was also present at Monday's closed-door meeting. Axios was the first to report on retail executives warning to Trump. I wonder how many of these CEOs actually donated to Trump as well. The oil industry is also very pro-Trump, pro-MAGA. All right, it says Trump policies are bad news for his favorite industry, the oil industry. Low oil prices, tariffs, and other pro-drilling policies could wreck the oil industry far faster than the Democratic policies that Trump loves to complain about. The Trump administration hasn't been great for the oil industry. In its quest to drill, baby, drill and expand trade wars, the White House has also sent fuel prices tumbling and brought about what could be the industry's most tumultuous period since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Although the prospect of lower gas prices might hold some populist appeal, cheap oil is potentially disastrous for the companies responsible for actually getting those products to the pump. Drilling here is expensive, and low prices mean that many firms could struggle to break even. Tariffs are making it more expensive to build and maintain rigs, while the general chaos of Trumponomics 2.0 threatens to bring about a recession that would crater already sluggish demand. A new report from the energy consultancy Wood Mackenzie notes that if prices fall below $50 per barrel, domestic production could decline by up to 1.2 million barrels per day by 2026. The International Energy Agency has slashed its forecast for oil demand growth by nearly a third since last month, and projected supply will outstrip demand by the greatest amount since 2020. So basically, if they're not making money past the break-even point, they're going to lose money. And these companies will have to start laying people off, especially as demand plummets because people have less money to do things and won't need as much oil and gas. So this is going to be bad all around. These tariff wars, these trade wars are bad for all of these industries. And this industry definitely voted for Trump. Now we have a tweet progression from Greg. He says to Tim Cass, "Ollie glory be to God. Trump hit 270, all caps. All caps, Trump is the 47th president of the United States." So that was November 6th. He said, "This is how you sleep knowing that you won't have to hear that cackle again. So no more Kamala Harris." He said this November 6th. So weird, but kind of typical that Dinesh D'Souza is the one that posted this picture of Elon Musk doing this schnazi salute saying, "This is how we all feel right now." No, there's no all we. That's weird. But Greg says, "So if a baseball player points over a wall, is he a schnazi too? We really just need to grow up here." That's what he said. That was January 21st. Now, here we are in April. "I voted for you. I'm 57, bad knees, drag myself to work in a factory every day. Wife works 2 jobs and we're barely making ends meet. We owe a student loan that has doubled from interest that we cannot pay. Will you garnish my wages? Make me lose my home? My newest car is 13 years old. Everything I have is bargain stuff. Our loan that started out around $30,000 is now over 70. That's a house payment. Why can a small business file bankruptcy, but I cannot? The government created this problem of predatory universities by guaranteed loans. What's our relief?" You know what? Remember, this is how you're sleeping. I hope that you're still sleeping like that, Greg. You're asking all these questions now, but you know he didn't give a damn about you back then. But this is how you're sleeping, and that's how now I'm looking at you. So this person named No Name wrote into Elon. This person says, "Hey, Elon, please stop using a hatchet. My husband's company is losing jobs that included trench work for underground electric lines. Our son who builds drones got laid off. Our best friend who's a defense contractor lost his job after decades. We voted for Trump, but not for this. The thing is, who cares? You are the waste, fraud, and abuse that Elon Musk has been talking about. Y'all only thought that those faces over there would get eaten. Is eating your face because you deserve it. You got what you voted for, boo-boo. This is what you deserve." Now talk to daddy nice. Yes, go ahead and talk to daddy nice. You know you want to. And y'all go ahead and snap this picture and use it how you want.
He is risen. Yes, Jesus is risen today. He is risen. He woke up to say that he hates the gays, that you should buy a gun and tariffs are cool and abortion is murder, but murder in school is fine with the NRA. That's what Jesus woke up to say. He's risen. Yes, Jesus is risen today. He is risen from a cave and he hates the gays and trans people aren't okay. Jesus woke up after being dead and he had some words he wanted to spread. No vaccines, he says, cause he's risen. No public school, yes, he's risen. And he thinks that HIV is made up, he's risen. And healthcare should be expensive. Happy Easter.